Before we get started, I wanted to apologize for being late yet again. As you know, or maybe you don't, not everybody here knows, but I'm a filmmaker. I'm constantly busy working on other projects as well. And I wasn't busy at all last week. This guy is the reason we were late for once.
Listen. God made me sick, okay? He didn't want me to see that movie on Thursday.
Well, that was a movie.
Hello, welcome back to First Thoughts. I'm Simon, this is Justin, and today we're giving our first thoughts on Aziz Ansari's Good Fortune. He wrote and directed it and starred in it.
Did not realize he wrote and directed it.
I just learned that just now. It's also got Seth Rogen, it's got Keke Palmer, Sandra Oh, Keanu Reeves, another guy, I'm trying to find him in the credits. I don't know. Those are the main players. That's what matters. But there are some other small cameos in there that you may recognize. Anyway, if you haven't seen the trailers, you don't know what it's about. It's about a poor guy who gets helped out by his not really guardian angel. It's actually an angel that is supposed to be worrying about other stuff, namely texting and driving, but instead he decides that he wants to be a real guardian angel. He's played by Keanu Reeves, and then, long story short, Seth Rogen is a rich guy that gets involved. I don't know how much the trailer said, so I don't want to say any more than that, even though I say, how many times did you get this trailer pop up on your feeds?
Probably a lot, but I never watched it outside of
Me
it was in the
neither.
theater.
I haven't seen more than probably 10 seconds of this trailer, but on Instagram, I got it every ad. I'd be scrolling through reels. It'd be 1, 2, 3, Good Fortune trailer. 1, 2, 3, Good Fortune trailer. I'm like, okay, I get it.
I've definitely had a lot of ads thrown at me, but I was just like, it's a good chance I'm going to end up seeing this anyway, so just skip that.
Yeah, anyway, so I said it makes sense. Aziz Ansari wrote this because, I too would put myself in a movie where I got to take Keke Palmer for granted.
No.
Wow.
I haven't looked up the ages yet, but I just remember. I remember when True Jackson VP started, right? And I also remember Aziz Ansari. And I couldn't stop thinking about the potential age gap between the two. But I also would write myself in a scene in a movie with Keke Palmer.
Yeah. I did not watch the trailer. Okay, now I have.
I remember the beginning of it, but I don't remember anything like past 30 seconds in.
So this is only a spoiler if you haven't seen the trailer, apparently. So it becomes like a switcheroo movie. I was expecting more of a It's a Wonderful Life remake was what I was thinking we were getting into.
I can see why you thought that.
It's not exactly that, because it's not Viewing the World Without You. They do play on that a little bit. It's a body swap movie where, without swapping the bodies, it's switching lives. Where Seth Rogen, the rich guy, and Aziz Ansari, the poor guy, end up switching places. And I think it was horribly miscast in many areas. I think the writing was truly terrible at times and needed at least 2 more rewrites. Mainly in the dialogue. The jokes in this movie, every single joke came across like it was a filler joke for the first write-through of a movie, where it's just, you just think, there's going to be a better joke eventually, but I'm just putting something here to take up space, and we'll come back to it and move on. Sometimes pretty funny, usually just the most obvious, mediocre, least amount of effort joke possible in that situation.
Fair.
And uninspired directing and camera work. It looked like a commercial. Some of the lighting was truly terrible, especially early on. I was like, did they not have a lighting guy on set? I can't tell. So yeah, finding out Aziz Ansari wrote and directed this makes the whole thing make a lot more sense, because I was genuinely curious how they got so many people involved, and now I know it's because he has friends, probably.
Yeah, people like him.
All that being said, it's a fine movie. I enjoyed it okay. It's schmaltzy, it's feel good. It is funny at times. It's one of those feel-good movies that's going to make you feel something whether you want to or not. It's nothing special, but you could kill an afternoon with it.
I really enjoyed it. And I honestly, enjoyed it more as it went on.
That's
Now,
also
the
true.
ending,
It got better as it went,
The ending
except
was
for the ending.
fairly cheesy and obvious, and
Just too short. That was my biggest issue.
yeah. That's it. It did go kind of quick.
It was rushed. I was like, weren't there more things to be said here? Okay, no, that's fine.
Just everything's happy and it's.
Oh, spoiler. Happy ending. They don't know. They all die.
Nuclear bomb.
Yes. Cillian Murphy shows up. How do you feel about the casting? Because I was saving this for spoilers when I thought it was more of a spoiler. Now that we know about the trailer, it's not so much. I think with the swap that happens, first of all, Seth Rogen to me is the best part of this movie. And I didn't realize how much of a main character he kind of becomes for a good chunk of this movie. And I was so grateful for it.
I really thought he was gonna. Well, okay, I am glad he became more of a main character. I thought he was gonna be that role from the start.
From the start,
When
really.
he was less in it, I was like, oh, okay. I thought he was in a lot of the promotional stuff,
Yeah.
so I was like, I thought him and Aziz,
Sure.
for some reason gonna be a pair in this.
But so going back to my miscasting point, it's not that I don't think Seth Rogen can play the rich snob. He can, and he's fine at it. He's done it before.
Yeah.
But Seth Rogen very much more often plays the everyman kind of guy. He's, somebody everybody can relate to. He's down to earth. He at least plays it well. I mean, that's the funniest thing about movies like this. They're all talking about how they would turn away being rich to be down there on the ground. I'm like, no, none of you would. No, none of you. You're all Hollywood elites. Get out of here. But anyway, he pulls it off very well. Aziz Ansari is the last person I would ever cast to play somebody poor and down on his luck. He just sweats out of his pores pretentiousness. He does. And I'm like, not that I think Aziz Ansari would play the rich guy well, because I don't think he plays anything well. He's not a very good actor. He's a stand-up comedian. He's not good at that either. I'm not an Aziz Ansari fan, I found out today. But those roles would have been so much better if they were swapped. So much better. Because I'm watching this movie going, Aziz Ansari is the character you're supposed to like from the jump. He's the guy you relate to, and you understand why he's frustrated in life, and you feel bad for him. Seth Rogen is the guy you're supposed to dislike and grow to like as he learns his lesson. Immediately like Seth Rogen, immediately dislike Aziz Ansari. And it didn't work for me. You can't have such an unlikable character in that role to me. And part of it's the writing, and I know what they were going for. Because, if you do compare it to It's a Wonderful Life, he says, I wish I was never born. And he says that while married with a married to the girl of his dreams with a bunch of kids. And it's like, he does have good things about his life. But in this, they're going through showing him his life. And he doesn't know, this is a very minor spoiler, but it's early on and you can see it coming. It's not a surprise. He meets Keke Palmer and they're dating. And then when he's getting the spiel from the angel about where his life is gonna go, and it's played for laughs, and he's depressed about it, they're showing these landmarks in his life, but at every point he's with Keke Palmer, and he doesn't even acknowledge that. And I'm like, bro, you know the amount of shit I would crawl through every day and be okay with it if I knew Keke Palmer was waiting at home for me? Are you insane? No, you lost all relatability by completely ignoring that fact. Dude, that's all a man needs is a Keke Palmer way to get home. I don't care. You lost me when you ignored that.
Okay, so, it definitely didn't bother me nearly as much as you. I will agree that Aziz is a little hard to feel as the really, really down on your luck kind of guy.
No, I don't buy it for a second.
He's just too kind of charismatic. He's always
always
high energy.
He talks rich.
Always kind of the smooth talker. It always works out.
Yeah.
Whether he's saying something funny, saying something
he's so poor,
crazy.
he's got a stain on his shirt. I'm like, that stain is so deliberate.
Yeah, that was wild. When you go out with that stain on your shirt, I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah. I didn't buy him as a poor, down on his luck guy for 1 millisecond. And Seth Rogen, like I said, he can pull off rich okay, but I'm like, he should be the poor guy.
See, the thing with Seth Rogen's character is I don't think he was exactly supposed to be like the asshole rich guy of character.
But
It just
he
felt like
should have been.
it just
To
felt
make
like
the plot work better, he should have been more of an asshole to start.
I guess so. It just felt like they wanted every guy who is really rich now and has a really cushy job in life. Kind of.
Yeah, make him more unlikable. They didn't make him unlikable enough.
But he's unlikable because he's super rich and has a really cushy life and doesn't understand
No, that's
poverty.
not good enough. You need to make the guy unlikable. I just go, cool, yeah, me too if I was rich. I want my avocados and chips on a little boat.
Hell yeah.
I also have to point out that I feel like this script was clearly written before Keanu Reeves was attached. The amount of times women say, who's that hot guy? I'm like...
What are we talking about? Keanu Reeves is a sex symbol. Okay?
It was written like it was for Channing Tatum.
No. I 100% believe that role was written with Keanu Reeves in mind. All right? Let's talk about the perfect casting in this movie. Keanu, no notes. No notes.
I have a note.
No
Take an
notes.
acting class.
You don't need acting class. They knew what they wanted for that angel.
That's fair. He's terrible, and it's kind of funny because it's terrible.
But it's exactly what they knew they needed.
Sure.
And I 100% believe the hot jokes were written for him.
Maybe, but okay, maybe he was considered cute during the late 90s, early 2000s era of him.
I feel like it's been since John Wick, man.
He's not hot.
I feel like the joke is that he's like the older, like, sex symbol guy who's not
Silver
even
Fox?
trying. Yeah, kind of.
He's not, though.
I feel like I hear that a few times.
Get
And I don't
George Clooney
I don't
then.
think it's ever truly, like, crazily serious, but I feel like that's a common, like, joke in some of his roles and some of his
You know what would have been good?
occasional sketches.
Steve Buscemi.
Oh, God, Steve Buscemi
That's who
would
they
be
should have
crazy.
cast for this role. Because maybe cut out the sexy jokes at that point, but he would have been great for the character if he wasn't sexy. Or better yet, keep the sexy jokes in, but it's Steve Buscemi. That's fucking hilarious. I don't know, man. I had a lot of issues with this movie. But like I said, it's a feel-good movie, and I felt good. It accomplished what it set out to, mostly. It needed some rewrites, especially the dialogue, man. It was so bad, especially early on. Like you said, it did get better as it went.
Yeah, early on it wasn't incredible. It was solid, but it picked up for me, and I love it for its problems. Now, whether that bumps it any higher in the score, I don't know if it should, but I enjoy this movie for the issues. And I especially think the casting was definitely... Well, I guess they're his friends, and I think the Keanu was definitely intentional. But still, I think it works. Now, if you want to make a more serious and important film, yeah, we got the wrong people. But, this was pretty funny.
What
That's all
was
I
his
really care
friend's
about.
name?
What, the black guy?
Yeah.
Leonard.
Where is
He doesn't have a picture.
I don't know
I've
how
seen
to
him
say
around,
his last
but I don't
name.
know.
But Will Sylvance?
Sylvance, yeah.
Will Sylvance has a very small role, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, the writing's bad because, like, they cast a stand comedian in this bit part role that just plays one of Aziz Ansari's friends.
Yeah.
He's literally in 2 scenes in the movie just to be a friend and tell jokes. That's
Right.
why you get a stand comedian movie.
Fair.
The first scene he's in doesn't tell a fucking joke. There's set up and then a statement like it's a joke. Like, they pause like it's a joke. They say it like it's a joke, but there's no jokes in that scene. I've seen his stand-up. He's funny.
Right.
Not funny in this. And it's like, they just wrote it out, and a lot of it actually felt like improv. So maybe there was just some really bad improv happening between people. I don't know. But it was just like, they didn't put jokes where there needed to be jokes. They didn't flesh out ideas that started good. And they didn't do anything with the premise that felt, I don't know, original, interesting, or unique in any way. And that's a shame, because I felt like there was opportunity to.
I guess once the plot started to unfold and there was that one moment where I guess that's in the trailer. So as soon as he tells him, I can show you what his life is like, and you start to realize what the rest of the plot's gonna basically be like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't bothered that they weren't going to be like revolutionary here.
Yeah.
I will say the Angel plot lines kind of dropped pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
I got that it reached its ending, but it still felt like there was a bit more, maybe like one more conversation to have there.
Mm-hmm.
Just something for
Something else.
Keanu's character.
All right, well, we should get into spoilers because we don't have any time here. Because this movie started a half hour after it was supposed to, which is insane.
Yeah, this was a lot of trailers for this one. I guess
Yeah.
it's got a lot of stars in it, but I guess.
And like I said, they've been pushing this movie a lot.
I do
They
see
had
the
to make it up with
posters everywhere.
the product placement. Denny's, shout out Denny's.
Yeah, I got like 20
Also,
shots.
Tesla had product placement, so did VW. But Tesla, I questioned their product placement because I know their auto driving system isn't very good, but are you really going to show that your auto parking or your auto braking doesn't work at all? That's a plot point in this movie, is that the braking in the Tesla did not work. Why are you putting that on display? Anyway,
It's obviously disabled or something.
I would be remiss to not give this a positive rating because I did enjoy it, but I'm giving it the softest of sixes.
I'll give it the 7 for my
Jesus
enjoyment.
Christ, Justin.
For my enjoyment.
Oh, no.
Does it deserve that for being
No!
a movie? For being a good movie? Not really. But I enjoyed it.
A 7?
Yeah. You'll find my scale is primarily on the vibes. And I stand by the vibes. I enjoyed the cheesiness. I thought Keanu was perfect. That it was exactly what his angel role needed.
Oh, man, this movie was so bad.
I didn't mind Aziz or Seth Rogen.
Oh, I love Seth Rogen, although some of the dialogue they gave him was atrocious.
Yeah. And you know what? That's the thing. Because I enjoyed it, I'm way more forgiving of the issues. And there were a lot of issues. The issues definitely bothered you, and for me, they were just kind of, this isn't a masterpiece, so I'm all right with that.
The 7 is insane. All right.
My scale doesn't work, but like, what am I supposed to do? Just give this a 6 and just be with a bunch of other movies that I just didn't enjoy as much as this one? But like, in terms of movie quality, probably deserve to be around the same ranking? I don't know. When enjoyment is my primary factor, how heavy am I supposed to weigh that?
Thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to like, share, follow, subscribe, all of that. Good God. We're getting spoilers now, so click away if you don't want anything spoiled. Thanks, guys. Bye. Jesus Christ. They switch places.
Yep.
That gets elongated. It's only supposed to be temporary because there is a funny bit about you can't switch back. Essentially, Keanu Reeves is powerless and becomes more so throughout because he gets fired. Also, weirdly enough, you can't fly with his wings.
They were too small.
Yet he's always on top of things.
And he's always
Or
just
at least his
appearing.
stunt double is, his
he-
back double is.
He always appears where he needs to be, and then he's just always on top of things, and
But he can't fly.
you just assume he has to walk up there.
Random, but whatever. This clearly was written in the first draft, and then they never thought about anything.
Yeah.
Fun side note with him, too, is as he becomes human, he enjoys various things he shouldn't, like smoking and drinking. Wish there was more commentary on that. You know, at one point he's like drunken Felipe or whatever comes out and is like, hey, why don't you put the drink down, man? I want to be like, no, I like it. Like, get into it, but like, no, there's no commentary there. There's no real commentary on anything other than the surface level
That
bullshit.
wasn't about him being an alcoholic. That was just about him saying he used to be an angel, and Felipe thinking he had too much right now.
And being a human is hard. They say that a million times.
Oh yeah, he's a dishwasher.
And yeah, it's really
It
ham-fisted all the
immediately
commentary.
turned him into drinking and smoking and.
Yeah, which it's like, I get it. Life is hard, and this movie is saying that, but it's like, how many times did you need to say it, is my question. Especially Keke Palmer's character, who is such a activist. It's like, I'm sorry, maybe I shouldn't judge all humanity, but if you're a person who's poor their whole life, and sure, you want other people to fight up for, or unionize to fight for your rights and get more money, and then a rich guy comes along and wants to give you everything, although he never offered for her to live with him for some reason.
They just started dating.
It's Keke Palmer.
They just started dating.
Why,
Yeah, I
like,
know.
it's just like, she's like, no, I can't quit my job. I have to be on the front lines. And it was like, said nobody ever, dude.
Hey, she doesn't want to be a sellout.
Okay, says everybody until they're given one opportunity
Listen,
to sell out.
she was perfectly willing to go to France any other time besides that weekend. He just had to make it that weekend because, you know, he was supposed to give up his life.
Switching back,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which I honestly think was a bit of a nice, maybe not a twist, because I probably have seen it before, but I just can't remember exactly various plots on the top of my head. But not just wanting to go back, but actually having hope for your life again, and not, you know, It's a Wonderful Life where he actually has a family and shit. And
it would
a
be
lot of
a
things to
cool
be thankful
idea
for.
if they fucking did anything with it. It added one extra scene of thinking and talking about it.
Yeah, no, I didn't really love how it wrapped up, but I liked where it was going.
There were
and
so
then
many
it just
good ideas
dropped it.
hinted at. Like, I thought it made it seem like Keanu Reeves was going to choose to be human. Because he's like, oh, there's so many things I love about being human, and it's imperfect, but man, I like eating burgers and chicken nuggies, and I love making people smile. I can do that as a human. I'm like, so I do it!
See, I had no doubt he was going back as an angel, but I just figured maybe he'd be able to, like, make an appearance or something, interact with the world, not just invisibly with the taco at the end.
Yeah.
Because as soon as he's like, I'll leave out a top, maybe I'll leave out one from you, I'm like, okay, yeah, no.
I thought Seth Rogen and Aziz Ansari were going to at least talk.
Yeah, no, I definitely thought they were going to meet back up. And
I thought also we were going to see that he paid for the dog's surgery so the dog didn't die, but the dog's still going to get put down.
Oh, yeah.
That dog's fucking dying. Tiny Tim stays dead in this version. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the dog. Because he paid the car off.
Scrooge pays for the turkey, he throws Christmas dinner, and then goes, all right, bye. That's what this movie is. There's no... Fuck Tiny Tim, fuck you.
Hey, he paid for the car. That was the bigger Tiny Tim to Aziz.
And sure, he fixed the food service thing.
Yeah, that was
Yippee,
part of the,
that's gonna do so much for society, I swear.
That was part of the cheesiness for me. It's like I get it. You gotta you want to go with like the things are changing and have the positive note ending. It's just it's so funny. Yeah,
I loved also that Seth Rogen popped out a little bit, not his character. He popped out for a second and go, fuck AI!
Oh, yeah.
I swear he turned to look at the camera a little bit to say it. I was like, yeah!
Yeah, no, it definitely was at the end. Like, okay, let's get everything off our chest here. Forget the movie we were just in.
That was nothing to do with anything. I get it was the robots, but like that's not the AI everybody's mad at. The AI robots are fine. Maybe food delivery drivers are mad at it.
You're
but
going to
like,
be mad at them for taking workers' jobs. So,
yeah, but artists are mad about, creative AI. Or
still taking workers'
creative.
jobs. Yeah.
But like a robot doing delivery work is fine by me. I don't give a shit. Although I have to say, as somebody who's worked food delivery for like 5 years across my life,
Yeah.
thank God not anymore. This movie was very therapeutic at times. One ranch, 1 star. Fuck you. I loved that moment. That part, I don't know how Aziz Ansari knew how to write from the perspective of a delivery driver, but he nailed that. He nailed every joke about that was music to my ears. That was so good.
See? And that's why it's just... I enjoyed it more than a lot of other 6s I feel like I've given in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Even though, is it really a 7 in terms of quality?
No, it's really poorly made.
But like, I enjoyed the hell out of it, and it got progressively better up until the very ending. I was gonna say this might be the first movie I've seen in a while. Maybe there's been a couple this year that just for me got progressively better the whole way through. And yeah, they kind of dropped the ball with the last like 5-10 minutes, but still. For the most part, progressively better the whole way through to me.
Yeah, but when you start from the basement, it's not as hard, Justin. The first 20 minutes of this movie were atrocious. It was so bad. I was like, holy shit, I didn't realize it was going to be this bad.
Yeah, no, it wasn't great.
But yes, I do have to say...
The power of low expectations.
Yeah. It really lowered your expectations right away, and then when... Like, it kneecapped your expectations. And then it was like, all right, now let's do something funny with it as it went. But like I said, most of the good ideas are barely tapped into. And things are brought up like, Keanu Reeves, everybody's referring to him as a sexy hot guy. All these women want to hook
swear,
up with him.
I feel like I've heard that joke elsewhere.
But they don't do anything with it. Like, there's, like, hinting at, like, they're gonna make a joke about, like, he's talking, like, he's being honest with this chick and saying, like, I used to be an angel. He's also high on mushrooms at the time.
Yep.
And instead of her going, like, man, yeah, this trip is good, she goes, oh, are we role-playing? It's like, no, the joke was he's on mushrooms, not we're role-playing. It's like they had no idea what they were doing from second to second.
Yeah.
And so there were so many missed opportunities throughout this movie that really just were head-scratchers.
We didn't get to see her sit on his face. Terrible script.
Did you say shit or sit?
Sit.
Okay, because I was like,
Might
that
have
was
sounded
never
like
on
shit,
the
but
table.
sit.
That was never on the table, Justin.
I don't need to see that, but sit on his face? No.
Yeah, I don't know. There was just so many missed opportunities. I just didn't feel like they did anything with most of the good ideas they had.
They really just kind of just let them mostly drop outside.
Yeah.
I guess he got back with Keke. Keke kept
Which they
going with
didn't
her thing.
do enough at the end of this movie
No.
to wrap stuff up. Like I said, the dog is left dying.
It is really wild that him and Seth never really...
We never find out about Keanu Reeves. I guess he got his job back, but what else?
That's
also,
what they-
I swore... So, like, when they start talking about the other guardian angel,
Yeah.
and Azrael, I think is his name.
Yeah, it is.
And he's, like, the perfect guardian angel. I thought we were going to find out, like, he's actually not good at his job because he lets all of the lost souls that are tough cases just go to the side because he only takes the easy cases he knows he can handle, and that's why he appears to be a good angel, whereas Keanu Reeves is really the best angel because he tries to help the people that nobody else thinks they can.
Yeah.
That would have been such a great thing to say or do, and they just don't even mention any of it.
Yeah, I definitely thought some of the other angels, or at least Azrael, would play
Because it's a big
bit
actor
more role.
playing him, too.
Yeah.
I don't know his name, but he's one of those guys you always notice.
But, like, yeah, they really just left him to the side. And it's like, okay, so this world's kind of interesting. Not everybody has their own guardian angel, whatever guardian angel belief you have out there in the fans of us. But it's like the angels are
Have a
tied
schedule.
to a particular different
Yeah.
task. He's
And they
texting
have
and driving.
They have a schedule that they know when they need to be where.
Yeah.
So they can keep up with everything. That's why they don't have to just watch one person.
Yeah, so that was kind of interesting, and it just made it seem like maybe he'd accept the role in the end more, and it seemed like he was getting there, but we never really saw it.
No.
Or maybe he'd get a bigger task. Maybe he would become one of the Lost Souls people, because it doesn't seem like Azrael could be... I mean, they didn't show any other Lost Souls angels, but it kind of seems weird that Azrael would be the only angel for every single person.
Yeah.
Feels like there should be more Lost Soul angels. So maybe
They
that...
should have made it like there's a California department or something.
Yeah, and then the
That
other
would have
thing...
been funny.
The other thing with the It's a Wonderful Life illusions, I guess.
Sure.
Because they kept talking about how making jokes about how Keanu's wings were small and how he couldn't fly and do anything with them. I thought he was gonna get bigger wings in the
Yeah.
end, like how the angel got his wings in that one.
Sure.
And I just
I repeat, stay human, because that would have been an interesting choice.
that would have been. I just never thought he'd do that, but
But it would have been good.
no, I agree. But I thought we'd see some sort of growth outside of some. Well, maybe I guess maybe I was doing something kind of important. I did save that person, and everything is connected.
Yeah.
But then we didn't.
I get it's a ha-ha, he-he moment and all that. But Aziz Ansari being happy that his brother is getting arrested for tax evasion
Oh God,
was
yeah.
such a shitty thing. Like, that's the thing is, like, we're supposed to have learned our lesson and be good people now, and that's the first thing he does is celebrate the fact that his brother has a shitty life now.
That was terrible. I loved it.
It's just like, I don't like him. He's supposed to be the likable guy, and he's so unlikable.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen is so much better the entire time. What, he's just annoying because he's an out-of-touch rich guy. Okay.
That was really it. Yeah.
His bad, but he's a genuinely good person.
Throughout
He tries to change the world.
Throughout the movie, he wasn't completely terrible. He's just wildly out of touch.
That's it.
Like, the only reason him and Aziz had any friction is because Aziz used his card, his business
Which
card.
was totally valid.
Yeah.
To fire him. Nothing Seth Rogen did in this movie was, like, uncalled for. He did some rich, out-of-touch people shit.
Yeah.
But that's it. And then once he went through the whole Christmas Eve ordeal, he then radically changed his life. He's the Scrooge essentially, as we referred to earlier, the Tiny Tim thing. But he didn't know about Tiny Tim. That's not his fault. Aziz Ansari should have brought that up. That should have been brought up at some point. That, oh, my dog's gonna die. He doesn't have the dog yet, but when he gets the dog, it's going to die. Save it.
Well, maybe, now that they're all cool behind the scenes now, and maybe he'll save it in the future. Or maybe they'll get a different dog now that the future's slightly different or whatever. I don't know. But,
I don't know. It's a very poorly made movie.
Yeah. It's just, the ending really dropped the ball.
It needed, like I said, 2 rewrites at least. And fix the casting. Or rewrite these characters to make the casting make sense. Somehow, if you can. I still don't think I'd ever buy Aziz Ansari as a poor guy, though.
Not really.
But, yeah. I don't know. We are past our time, so we've got to run. Thanks for watching, guys. Disappointed, but hey, it was still fun in its own way. All right.